Hello beautiful people, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. Welcome to the show. I think I should bring something to make a sound when I introduce the show. As you know, this is Let's Talk Relationship with Emerald, and yes, we are live on Instagram, and yes, I am your host with the most. I don't want to say that. I'm your host, Emerald Emenuga. So as you guys know, every Friday I come on here with a guest or sometime an open ground for anybody to air their thoughts, tell me what they think about what I'm talking about whenever I'm on here. Today is not going to be a different day because obviously it is Friday and we do this every Friday. But today I should be having a guest today, but she is kind of stranded. Like, she's not stranded, sorry guys, she's held up in traffic, and I mean, this is Lagos, and I just hope we are able to reach her wherever she is. But yeah, welcome to the show. It seems like a lot of you are having fun today. It's 1st October and almost everybody is out there doing one thing or the other. Well, how are you guys? How did your day go? What exactly are you doing? Are you stuck in traffic like my guest? Are you at home like me? Are you about to go out? I mean, what exactly are you doing? How did your day go and all of that? So you can start telling me while I put down the topic on here, and I think my guest is already here, so I might just start off immediately. Instead of, normally I would wait for people to like join before I start. I'm trying to put down the topic before I start putting start talking anyways. Let me just put down the topic, then I'll have my guest join. Okay. Rejection in relationships. Okay. All right. I don't use my glasses. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today, rejection in relationships. This, without further ado, I'm just going to have you on, Jessica. It's so sad that you are up in traffic, but it's okay. I mean, we have to improvise. Today's topic is really relatable. Like, I feel like everybody can relate to today's topic because, hi, how are you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
And I just had to stop somewhere and like enter the bathroom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, I really do appreciate. When you told me you're held up in traffic, I was almost like, I wanted to start crying. I was like, oh my god, not Lagos, not Lagos about to spoil my show tonight again. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. You don't even know how much. Okay, first off, let me introduce you because I know a lot of people here will know your face. Your people are already joining and stuff, but some people might not know your face. You guys, this is the face. In fact, introduce yourself.
Okay, guys, my name is Jessica Orishine. I'm an actor and creator. Somebody said too much makeup. Yes, it's part of my job. So yes, I have too much makeup because I'm coming from set.
Please don't mind them. You have to do it, right? Don't mind them, Jerry. You look beautiful.
Yeah, I'm even with too much makeup. I think I look fly though, because
Of course. Okay, my siblings and I started watching you, Jessica. I started watching you like way back when I was still in university.
You've been on the show though. You've been on the show, I remember.
Yeah, I have actually. But I mean, you guys started you guys are the ones, the main character and stuff, and that show is amazing. Okay, so we have a celebrity on the show today, and I don't even know how to boast. Like, I feel like throwing back flip. Okay, Jessica, you're welcome to the show. As you know, the topic for today is rejection in relationships. I mean, rejection. I feel like everybody can relate to this topic because at one time in our lives, we must have been rejected. Even if we're not supposed to say we're rejected, but it just looks like that's what happened. And as a human being, you just feel some type of way. You're sad. You're like, why me? Why not that person? Why was I rejected? Why wasn't I chosen and stuff? I'm sure you can relate, going for an audition and not being picked, and you're seeing people that you feel like better than, and they're there doing the job. So I just want us to relate it to relationship with the opposite sex, because like that's mainly what the show is about, most especially. So in your own word, what is rejection to you?
I feel for me, I'll say rejection is when there's lack of reciprocity. So
Okay.
like if I'm giving so much, if I'm giving love and everything that needs to be in a relationship and you're not giving me back or you're not giving me at my level, I feel that's
Okay.
some rejection. It's not, I don't feel like it's basically like maybe pushing me away totally. There are little things that you might not reciprocate that can count as rejection as well. So yeah,
Mm,
relationship.
okay. That's true. This is a total different understanding of the. I really like the fact that you didn't go with the usual understanding that we have, like somebody saying, "Please, no, 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 no," to you, point
Yeah,
and plain. Interesting.
yeah.
Now another.
The person can even accept you. You guys can be like accepted, but there are little things. It could be trust, it could be respect, it could be. Do you understand? There are little things that make up the relationship that this person might not be giving back, and you feel some kind of way, and it's basically the same way like being rejected.
That's true. Okay, so we know that I don't know if you know about this, but I'm very aware of the fact that insecurity and narcissism rather, they kind of have there's this thin line between these two words. Like we know that
Yeah.
narcissism is everyone, like people feel, someone feeling like everyone should love them. Meanwhile,
Yes.
insecurity is you know, no one loves me, why do people not like me and stuff. How can, like, how can you tell that that's not what you're going through? And I mean, like someone who is maybe going through that, thinking that they are going through rejection, how can you tell the difference?
Well, I feel like for narcissism, you can tell by the person. A narcissist in a relationship is full of himself. A narcissist
Yeah,
is selfish. Do you understand? A narcissist
yeah,
puts himself or herself first before you, before your needs and desires. And like he's not just putting himself or herself first, just like that. He's putting it because yes, I deserve to be first. The person doesn't care about like how you feel, just being selfish. And for
yeah.
insecurity, insecurity can come from a place of inadequacy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, sometimes in relationship, a guy might be insecure maybe because he doesn't have so much money, and maybe you're like a go-go girl, maybe you know like a girl that likes to be outside.
Out
There
there
are
all the
girls,
time.
girls like the good life, so a guy can
uh,
get very insecure when like he's feeling like, oh, okay, he can't give you that, and then because of the insecurity, he starts acting some type of way. I feel insecurity can lead to rejection because
oh,
yes, because acting on his insecurity, he starts pulling away from you and you feel rejected, whether or not you might be doing anything wrong. Do you understand? So that's
okay.
what I feel.
Okay, now also in this case now that you just mentioned, should we call, should we um should we blame the guy for doing what he's doing? Because at the end of the day, when someone is feeling rejected, I hear girls say, "Oh, he's doing this, he's acting this way, he's making me feel rejected and stuff," and they start cussing out on the one who is putting out the act. Should I call him the rejecter? They start acting up on that person. Should we blame people when they turn out to be the rejectors? In my word, rejectors.
I feel it depends on where the rejection is coming from. If the rejection is coming from narcissism, like narcissism, or from a narcissist, if the rejection is
Okay.
coming from, then my sister, pack your bag, wear your slippers, and wear
How do
your
you
wig
know?
and
How do you know it's
run.
coming from a narcissist? How do you
No,
know?
like I'm sure like when you're in a relationship, you know the kind of person you're dating. That sometimes you date some kind of guys that are full of themselves, but you might love other things about them. But maybe at the point they start becoming full of themselves and you're like, oh, I don't even care about this girl. Like shit, move aside. I'm the omega, the alpha and omega. My sister, that's when you should carry your bag and run. And your slippers, make your feet, make sure your feet does not touch the ground and run. But then for insecurity, I think in terms of insecurity, there is hope for insecurity because it now boils down to communication and trial. Like you can try, but there's only so much you can do. Do you understand?
How do you see?
Um,
How sorry for cutting you. How do you
yeah.
see the hope in insecurities? Because it's really hard. I don't even know how people do that.
I think hope is in the fact that you can try. You can try to explain to him that, baby, you don't need to be insecure. You just need to trust me. Do you understand? You can try to leverage on trust, and hopefully the person can trust you. But at the end of the day, if the person doesn't trust you, he he or she will remain insecure, and there's only so much you can take. At the end of the day, you just have to like find your way out, because when there's no trust in a relationship, like there's no foundation basically.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Also, when one is going through rejection, when a woman or a man, somebody is going through rejection, we get to that very point, which is the unbearable pain. You get to that point where you're like, nothing interests you, you're just reluctant about your life and stuff. How do we like get out from that position, and what can one do to get out from that mood?
I feel a support system. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I feel first of all you need to have a strong support system, be it your friends or family. Personally, I rely on my friends a lot. When I find myself in such a situation, I call them up, and there are different types of friends. There are the friends that will pet you. There are the friends that girl get up and get moving. Do you understand? So you definitely need a support system, and then you need self-love and self-esteem. Because if you love yourself, you know what is right for yourself, and you know that your peace comes first before anyone or any person. Do you understand? So that's the thing.
Okay. Then this is you just mentioned some way to come out of the pain, like coming out totally and telling yourself this is not what you want. You want peace of mind first. I was going to ask you like give me 3 ways to overcome rejection. You know very well that you've been rejected. Ways that you can overcome it.
Okay, 3 ways to overcome rejection is first of
Yeah.
all self-love. Because when you feel rejected, you need to reassure yourself. Because sometimes when you're rejected, it hurts your ego, it hurts your self-esteem. So you need to gather your assets. You need to get back into your zone and build up your self-esteem. You need to tell yourself that okay, I am worth being loved, I'm worth being respected, I'm worth being cherished. So you first want is to build your self-love and self-esteem. And another way to deal with rejection is to make a decision. Like how long are you going to keep having your self-esteem beat down every time and then having to go back to your closet and build up again? So you need to make a decision basically. Like, do you want to continue? Like, what's the next step forward? Because there's only so much a person can take. There's only so much a person can take.
Yeah.
And finally, I feel another way to rejection is putting yourself first.
Okay.
You need to put yourself first. So you need to do whatever you need to do to get your peace and your mind in check. If it's to go off social media, if it's to give this person space, if it's to fall on your support system, your friends, but you need to put yourself first always, always.
Nice, that's true. Okay, now I want to look at it from this angle. And so sorry, I'm going to let you go soon, just very soon. Let me look at it from this angle. Knowing, okay, like take for example, a guy rejects a girl, and you know that he rejected you for something that you did, right? You're guilty of whatever it is that you're being rejected for. How do you go about that?
When you're in this case, when you're the reason for the rejection, it's quite tricky, because for someone to reject you because of something you did, it means that it hurts the person's ego. It means that it hurts the person's trust and love for you. So I feel like first of all, you might try to give the person space, because some people want space. Some people actually want space. So you might try to give the person space, and you have to be genuinely sorry. Like there has to be genuine recognition of what you've done and reconciliation of the fact that you're going to change. So you need to have that as well. And just hope and pray and keep trying to get back into the person's good books, because there's only so much another human being can take. So yeah, that's the thing.
Thank you so much. I'm releasing you because you are not at home. If you were at home, I'm not going to leave you at home. But before I let you go, please, I usually play a game on the show. It's Never Have I Ever. So you get to ask me 2 questions, and I ask you 2 questions, and I let you go.
Okay, we play a game about what?
Never have I ever.
Okay. Yeah, I know that
So you,
game.
you ask me two questions, I ask you two, and then I let you go. So you start first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never have I ever cheated on a boyfriend. No, for
No, it
real.
was okay. I'm gonna be truthful. No, it was when I was in university. Maybe then, yeah. It was a very tiny, tiny cheat though, not big one. Very tiny. Yeah. That's it. My turn. Never have I ever, never have I ever had a running stomach on set.
Never have I ever had what?
A running stomach on set.
Never have I ever had a running stomach
On set.
during sex.
Yeah.
I have. I have. I definitely have.
Okay. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Never have I ever stalked an ex. Never have I ever stalked an ex.
It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. You will stalk your ex, whether you like it or not. Even if it's for a short time, you will definitely do it then before you get over whatever. I'm guilty of that. I have done it. My turn. And the last one before I let you go. Never have I ever uh never have I ever cheated on my boyfriend.
On my boyfriend, no.
Who did you cheat on if it's not your boyfriend?
Maybe a situationship, a friend
Oh.
benefit, but never a boyfriend.
Oh. Okay, interesting. Thank you so much. Just leave a word and then you can go. Leave a word for us and you can go.
Okay, closing words.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say that in relationship we should always put ourselves first. And if you're in a relationship, if you're in a toxic relationship where someone is beating down your self-esteem, someone is making you feel less of the person you are, you need to take a walk from that relationship. Like you need to go. It's hard. Even me that I'm saying it, I've been in situations like
Yeah, we
that and I've
usually
been
say
weak
it, but
as
it's really
hell.
hard. Yeah.
It's really hard. So like just try your best. Just try your best. That's what I have to say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jessica. I really did enjoy your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank
Let me
you.
let
I
you
hope
go.
to do this again in a better
Definitely.
condition.
Definitely. Definitely. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, you guys, that was Jessica from My Siblings and I in other movies, actually. Yeah, we have been on set together. Anyways, you guys, like, she said a lot, and I really, really did love the fact that she was looking at this from different angles. Need few advice. Princess, you asked the question, why? My question, please. What if my insecurities lead to rejection? She mentioned that. Yeah, if your insecurity leads to rejection, if you're facing insecurity in your relationship, I mean, you have to open up and speak. Talk to your partner. I always tell women these things. Don't keep quiet. Don't ever keep quiet. If you're not comfortable about something, if you're feeling some type of way, make sure to talk to your partner. Let them know. Because when you keep quiet, you're only, I mean, it's just like setting a fire. Like, it's going to only get higher. So it's best you say whatever it is, speak your mind, say how you feel about it. Whatever it is you're feeling insecure about, just go ahead and let the person know, hey, this is what's up, this is how I'm feeling about this thing, okay? And from there you know what to do, whichever way they reply you or answer to your complaint, or what you've said, that will really help you to know what next to do. Please, can you chat me just few things together? Maybe you should send me a DM, Princess. Yeah, you can send a DM. Okay. Jessica said a lot of things, but I have a few things to add up before I leave. I have to be outside, you guys. I have somewhere to be at, but I'm going to quickly say one or two things before I get off here today. Now, rejection is a very sad thing. It's just like, crushing someone's ego. Rejection is like one's ego being crushed. I know how it feels like when you're being rejected. It's just like going for a job. Like, almost in every area in our lives, we face this word rejection, right? At work, friendship, relationship with the opposite sex, like different places, school, we face this particular word rejection. So it's how you digest it, how you perceive it, how you understand it. That's what really matters. And Jessica, from her own angle, she mentioned that rejection doesn't necessarily mean that someone will tell you, oh, please, no, 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 no. They can actually give you attitude that will make you feel rejected, right? So you have to, it depends on how you understand it. But me, generally, is that too fast? Me, generally, I feel like rejection is a crushing of one's ego, because you know yourself. Take, for example, I know who I am. I know what I can take. I know my level and stuff. And then someone acts in some type of way towards me. I I just know when you're trying to make me feel rejected. I know when you're trying to crush my ego and stuff. And when I feel that way, that's rejection for me. I'm gonna do whatever to protect or tell you that, hey, you cannot crush this part of me. This is it, and it's either you're staying with it or you're taking a walk, right? Now, another thing that I want to point out is, if you ever feel rejected, if you're in that space, because it's just inevitable in life, like it will hit you when you do not expect it, either from work, relationship, friendship, family, anyway, it can just hit you. Now, one thing you should always have in your head is that you should try to take, like, make good use of the situation. When you find yourself in such space, it is never good to, like, sit in there and feel, oh, it's the end of the world, oh, this door is shut, or oh, this person has left me, or no, find a way to make good use of it. Find leverage in that rejection. Like, you need to find a way to make it product, like, for it to bring out something very useful to you. Take, for example, if you feel, now let's come back to what we're talking about with Jessica, which is in relationships, you feel rejected. And I'm not talking about insecurity leading you to this rejection right now. If you're the type that is feeling rejected because you feel insecure about what your partner is doing or how your partner is acting or something, what I would advise you to do is speak to your partner, have a conversation with your partner. That will really help you to know what next to do. But if it's not about your insecurity, plain and pop and plain, like your partner, this is rejection at your front, in your face and all. What you have to do is find leverage in that rejection. If you're the career type, go about your life. Like, take all that feeling, put it in your business. If it's work, put it in your work. If it's yourself, that's more like you practicing self-love. Because if you love yourself so much, I always tell people this, if you love yourself, like, you will know when somebody's crossing the line. You will know when someone has crossed the line of, this is how much I can take. As humans, we cannot take everything. You can't take everything. It gets to a point you're like, oh, it's here, I can't go anymore. So that also depends on how much you value and love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you would know. I know they say that, oh, don't jump into conclusion. And no, some people don't even take the time to learn themselves. Sometimes, that's why sometimes some people jump into conclusion and feel like this is rejection. And another way that I would want to, encourage anybody who is feeling this way is, when you feel like you're rejected, see it that you're being redirected, right? See that, okay, I'm being redirected. This is actually not the way that I should go, or I've been going the wrong way, and I think I should leave. Maybe I'm being given signs to leave this particular direction that I'm following and follow another one. When you feel that way, sometimes don't see it like, oh, that's the end. Oh, I'm not good. That's why. I remember when my first ever relationship, right? When we had an issue and everything just spoiled, and he went after a girl that was quite older than me, and she's got money, because I was quite young at that time. I always sit down and I'm like, why did he break up with me? Is it that because I'm not a medical doctor? Is it because I think I was barely 22 at that time? I was just thinking, is it my age? Is it the fact that I don't have money? Is it because I'm not a medical doctor and stuff? I thought about so many things in my head, and I felt like, okay, maybe this is why he didn't choose me. He chose the girl over me. I thought about all these things. But guess what? What did I do? I saw it as redirection. I'm like, okay, maybe actually I'm not the person for this guy. Maybe he's not meant to be in my life. Maybe I'm supposed to be going towards this direction and not where he's been leading me to. And fact is, if I was with my ex while I was in Port Harcourt, I would never be in this town. Like, I'd probably not be in Lagos. I would have not gone as far as I've gone right now in my career and stuff, because he wasn't even in support of me going totally into media and stuff. He's just not into that and didn't want me to do that. But I always insisted that, no, media is what I want to do and nobody's going to stop me from it. So you see, most times when you feel rejected, turn it, take it in your head, say, okay, this is not rejection, this is redirection. I'm being redirected on the area that I'm going, or in the choices that I'm making and stuff like that. That would really help you. And also, sometimes in our lives, we need to make a very, very, very good fall for us to realize where we stand. Let me give you an example. Take for a girl who is dating a guy, and this guy literally provides everything for you, and you're just right there, you're not working, you don't have, oh, every rejection is a blessing in disguise. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to give an example here on how sometimes you need a very good fall for you to really know where you stand in life. It is kind of important sometimes. Now let me give you an example. A girl who's dating a man who literally provides everything for her, and she's not even working. We have these girls these days, like, they just sit back home and just wait for this money to come, and then they spend it, eat it, and all of that. Now you're dating this man, he's got all the money and stuff, and then, you know, he provides everything for you. You're not working, you're not stressing yourself. All you do is stay back, eat money, and have fun. One day, if he's no longer in the picture, to come through for you, you know, to provide all that he's been providing for you, you have no choice but to sit up, get your ass out there, fight for what you want, you know, work the work and get what you want. Except for the very lazy women that want to now go out there and look for another man to, you know, jump in with, and you know, start having these things. Because there are ladies that are like that. I'm not even going to like take out that part. There are women who, they don't want to do anything. They just want to keep taking from men all the time. So yeah, in a situation like that, now that's like you having a fall, to help you understand that as a person, you have a life outside. I don't even know why women generally put their life to be about their man. Not all women though. Some women understand that I have a life outside the relationship. I have a life, right? Take for example, let me use myself as an example. Before I got into a relationship, I had a life. I have dreams, I have goals, I have things I want to do. You know, so many things I've said to myself. I want to be this by this age. By this age, I should be able to achieve this. By this time in my life, I should be able to afford some things like this. So getting involved with a man does not stop me from going after that. Anybody that is my friend, I mean, you already know the kind of woman that I am. I go for it. I don't mind who I'm with. I don't, like my father also, like, there are people who their parents are quite very wealthy. They don't even want to bother and stuff. One day, if the money no longer coming the way that it comes, that's like you falling really, really deep. There are families that things like that happen to. They just go down the drain. Now, if you don't realize the fact that, okay, this has happened, I have to get up. I need to go and, you know, fend for myself and do stuff to have my own name, you know, fight for myself, provide for myself, help the family, do stuff. I'm just trying to explain that you have a life outside your relationship. So if ever you feel rejected, there are so many things you can look at, and don't be looking at it as rejection. Okay, if somebody is saying no to you or acting some type of way, making you feel this rejection of a thing, because in as much as I tell you not to feel that you're being rejected, it's like a normal something with human beings. Like, it's inevitable. It's like it's a feeling actually. Like, you don't even know when you start feeling that way, right? You don't even know. Slowly you're there, you're getting in, and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel rejected. Like, you just start talking to yourself, maybe talk to your friends, like Jessica said and stuff. So all I'm saying is, if you ever feel that way, the best thing to do is look at it like, I've not been rejected, I've been redirected. Okay, all you have to do is put your attention in the things that makes you happy. I love when women are very career oriented. I love women who go out there to, you know, work, make this money, and, you know, take care of things, and not sit there and wait for a man to do it for them. No. So if you're someone, you mustn't be a career woman. You can, you know, do business and so many other things to do. You must not do TV and be a medical doctor and stuff before you can, you know, stand out or stand up or be able to provide one or two things for yourself. I'm just breaking this thing down so that people can understand what I'm saying. I hope I answered your question, Princess. You can send me a DM. Okay, you guys, that is basically it. And don't also forget that in our pain, we find greater power. You know, I used to hear people say this all the time. I remember when I was trying to, you know, I was still learning public speaking and stuff. So then I used to have an auntie Betty, She was the one who then would speak and speak, and I was always paying attention, listening and stuff. She would always say this all the time, that in our pain we find our greatest power. And I was always wondering, how can I find power in pain? How can I find power in pain? Like, it's really sad. I am sad at this time. How do I want to be able to find out that I can do this, I can do that? How do I want to even, how? Like, it was almost impossible at the time for me thinking about it. I was like, this is not possible. How can someone find power in pain? So I had to meet with her. I had a conversation with her. I asked her, how is it possible that someone can find power in pain? I'm going through pain. How do I want to turn this into power? Princess, you said, yes, you did. And I sent the DM already, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll check it after the show. So yeah, she explained to me and said that when you know who you are and you get involved with someone, it's a different thing with not exactly knowing who you are and you get involved with someone, because you totally make your whole life about that person. And when they finally get off the picture, like they're no longer in the picture, or they're no longer in the picture that the both of you have been painting to be together and stuff, that's when you realize that you cannot, you just have to find a way to, like, you cannot, there's this particular word she used, I really cannot remember the actual word, but her explanation generally simply meant that it has happened, it has happened. You were existing before this person came into your life. So now that this person is no longer into your life, how about you focus all this energy, all this time, all this crying, all these tears, all this pain, focus it into that thing that you've always had happiness about. And I feel like it's true, because, okay, I started understanding actually that time because I came to an agreement with her. Because when it happened to me, all I did was I channeled the whole sadness, the whole seriousness, the whole pain, everything. I just channeled it into my career, into my life, into the whole. I was now looking at the future and thinking that, okay, I need to get further, I need to go to this place, I need to get to this place, and I cannot get any of these things if I remain where I am. So what I did was I just channeled everything into my future, my career and stuff. And guys, that was the best thing I did for myself. So it's literally the same thing as saying that you're not being rejected, you're being redirected. And trust me, every single person that I've gone through rejection always come out strong, always come out thanking God or whatever they believe in. You're like, oh my gosh, thank God this happened. If this hadn't happened, I wouldn't have gotten to this place. I wouldn't have known what exactly to do. I would have not even been able to have this or get to this point in my life and stuff. And just be thankful all through and stuff. So whenever you feel rejected, don't see it that way. Say to yourself, I'm just being redirected. Maybe actually you have left the focus you had before you got involved with whoever or whatever it is that you feel rejected about. Now, I'm not talking about jobs, or we're talking about relationships here, right? But if you want to relate it to jobs, going for a job and you don't get the job and stuff, you come back feeling, oh my God, I was rejected and someone else was picked. Don't still feel bad. Don't still feel bad. You can also see it as being redirected. It could mean that you're not even meant to work there. A higher company might come for you. A higher company might accept you. You might even start up your own and hire people to work with you. It's just amazing how understanding this word can take you really, really far. And I'm going to stop here because it's almost 9 p.m. It's 9:10 p.m. I mean, it's 9:35 p.m. and I need to be somewhere, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Thank you, Jessica, for joining. She was held up in traffic, but she had to drop somewhere just to come on this live, you guys. Like, I really did appreciate that act of her. And also, everyone that joined, thank you guys for coming by. I will see you guys next week, Friday, with another topic and, of course, another guest. Do not forget, in our pain, we find the greatest power. And whenever you feel rejected, don't see it that way. See it as though you've been redirected. This should keep you going all the time. I'll see you guys next week Friday with another topic. Bye.